Riley Herbst from 2311 Racing here, and you know what grinds my gears? Waiting for coffee. But instead of counting frappes and lattes, I fire up Chumba Casino. No apps, no fuss, just fun social casino games to pass the time. By the time my coffee's ready,
order for Riley.
I've already taken a few victory laps. Next time you're stuck waiting, make it entertaining. Play for free at ChumbaCasino.com. Let's Chumba.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Well, hey there. Welcome to yet another episode of the Silverwood Show podcast. I am Sarah Jean with your co-host. Wait, who are you? You're Jordan.
Wow. This is only episode 30.
Oh, it is.
Right?
Yeah.
It's 30.
Right?
Yes, 30.
30
Okay.
episodes. And I still,
You still can't.
get an intro in for you that's not
okay.
ridiculous.
Maybe 31's the magic number.
Okay, maybe it is. Let's hope so. Hey, I got the microphone figured out today.
Yeah,
so.
but your arm is super weird right now.
This thing's
There you
like
go.
there and
No, just put it under. Oh.
under like this.
You know, you know what that totally reminded me of is like Christmas Vacation when he's
Yeah.
on the ladder and he doesn't know where to put his arm. That is exactly what just happened with that.
I feel like him a lot, so it's okay. It's totally normal. Relevant.
Welcome to the Silverwood Show
Welcome
podcast.
to Silverwood Show. Yeah, we've got a fantastic guest this week. In fact, I'm super excited about this one.
It's very near
does
and
a
dear
lot.
to all of our hearts.
Yes, she does a lot. Her name is Vanessa Moos. She is the CEO of Canopy Village, and she's basically going to come talk to us about where all of that spare change that you've been robbed of on the train is going, because it's going to a really, really great cause there at Canopy Village.
And a lot of people probably don't know Canopy Village because that name has changed from what was Children's Village. So when we say Canopy Village, just think in your mind Children's Village.
Yes.
So it's the same thing, it's just a new name.
Same thing, new name, and as always, it takes a village, and we're going to talk about how and why with her. You might want to grab a tissue. Or two. It's possible that there could be some tears, but good tears, happy tears.
Yeah,
and so we'll talk about that in the big drop, but let's kick things off with Park Pulse.
Park Pulse.
There's something super special going up today, Jordan.
Yeah.
My big win.
Oh, wait.
No, don't you dare play it. Don't you dare play it. Don't do it. Jordan, no.
The winner is...
Sarah. It's me.
No,
it's not a spoiler.
No, it's not.
No. Jordan thinks he won, but we are finally posting. What is this?
I win.
I win.
No,
We're going to let
first.
them decide
That's true.
who wins.
Okay.
Okay.
Social
We're gonna
media.
Let them decide. Social media. This is me and Jordan proving will it coast on Tremors.
Will it coast?
All sorts of fun things like doing our makeup, which I definitely won, and tying
You didn't-
ties.
But you didn't have a broken
Yeah, but
brush.
that's just part of life.
Okay.
Just because the ball didn't come at you straight and you didn't hit a home run doesn't mean that it's the ball's fault.
But if the ball was broken, I think we would have a problem with
If
the
you broke
ball's
your
fault.
bat, it wouldn't be
It wouldn't be what?
anyone's fault but your own.
How is it someone's
Jordan thinks he
own-
won it. He did
I
not
did win.
No, he
I did
didn't.
win.
But we did
Okay.
other things. We drew some pictures. We did some word searching. We tied some ties. We did some juggling, so-called juggling. But we're going to
More
let you
juggling than you
decide
did.
for yourself who won each challenge and come up with a big championship trophy for the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going up today on social,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
YouTube.
Well, yeah, by the time this releases, it will
It'll
already
be
be up.
Yeah.
Yes.
So make sure you go vote for me.
I don't have to pander to the
Sarah Jean.
voters.
Sarah Jean, you already have the whole beginning of the show with your little Zeus,
That's not pandering.
whatever. Yeah.
Zeus. All I was saying is this is who won. I wasn't saying
You
go
didn't
vote
win.
for me
You didn't
like
win.
you. Okay. Whatever. We'll see.
Whatever. Okay.
We'll
The
see.
silence, the glare, the side eye. Maybe we'll just have to do a tiebreaker and do another round.
We're not going to need a tiebreaker.
Yes,
so-
we are.
No, we aren't.
But we are though.
Okay.
But
Moving
if this
on.
is successful, maybe we'll take it to other coasters and
Sure.
see if it will coast. So
Yeah.
could be a lot of fun. So go check that out on our social media. And then I think actually the pulse is flatlining because the only other thing we have
is Scarywood applications.
Yes, and there's no pulse in that, and we love it.
Yeah,
so,
in the best way possible.
Yeah,
so Friday, Scarywood applications go live for the 2025 season.
Eek.
We have our event, which we call Midsummer Scream, and it's for anybody who worked last year at Scarywood can come out and they get to learn everything that's going to be new for the upcoming season.
Exciting.
And then we watch a little scary movie in the Main Street Theater and have pizza and all that kind of stuff.
That's
so
awesome.
super fun. It actually becomes a really cool event. We do watermelon carving instead of jack-o'-lantern pumpkin carving, I guess.
We'll make sure to get some pictures of that. So,
so that's fun.
Yeah.
There were some really good ones, some creative ones last year. And so we make a fun little summer thing because their countdown to Scarywood has already started. And it makes me nervous.
It makes me so excited.
There's a lot to do. Lot to do, but it's a ton of fun.
Yeah, and so they can apply for lots of different things, right? So you could be anything. I mean,
well,
this
you're
is in the park. Or is this just for haunters?
This is haunters, but also like night security.
Okay, yeah.
For that, those are kind of like the main two spots.
Okay.
Because a lot of the rides and food and retail, they just roll over from the Silverwood season if they can work.
Okay. And is it just applications? Do they need to be prepared with anything?
Right now,
what would be your tip for someone who really wants to be a haunter?
The tip is to apply.
Okay. That's a good start.
That's the starting point. Because from there, if you are new, if this is going to be your first year, then we will do an audition with everybody.
Oh, okay.
And so the tip to that is just don't let whoever's in the room watching, don't, it doesn't matter. Everybody's gonna be doing the same thing.
Okay.
So just go all out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would love to be fly on the wall in one of these.
Oh yeah, you didn't audition.
I didn't
last
audition.
Year.
You just let me go for it.
You're gonna do it this year.
Oh yeah?
You're gonna audition.
Oh my gosh, please make me audition. I would love to audition. That would be fantastic.
We'll put you through the ringer with that
one.
Okay.
Yeah, because Fruity Pebbles is coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
every night.
I mean, if you let me, but I got to take some night vision camera too.
Okay.
I had so much fun.
Yeah, we got
getting some video of all the people screaming their heads off. So lots of fun things in store. So something to look forward to. Scarywood, just around the corner before we know it.
I know.
So.
Well, and I mean, we're halfway through July already, right? So,
wow.
The season is. I mean, there's.
Are we at the halfway point of the season?
I think we're well past the halfway point because
that's crazy.
Well, we're probably at the halfway point through September.
Mm-hmm,
yes. Mm-hmm. Maybe a little bit past, but at the same time, I mean, like, there's only 40 something days until Labor Day.
That's so crazy. Jordan, guess what else?
What?
There was a really big celebration this week.
This week?
Yeah.
What was the celebration?
Sarah Jean had her 1 year anniversary.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah. I don't have an applause, but
thanks, Jordan.
we do.
Golf clap.
Yes. Is there a winner?
And the winner
is Sarah.
No, that it got cut off. It wasn't the right one.
For being here a year. Yeah.
She's been here a year.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So thank you for not firing me.
Yeah.
I appreciate
You're
it.
Welcome. You're welcome.
It's been a good year. It's been a great time. So super happy. It went by so fast.
And we had some super fans come and visit us, which was kind of fun. I wasn't here, but you met them.
I did meet them, and we really wished you were here, Jordan. We really did.
Sure.
You were
I
here
saw
in
the
spirit.
pictures. I saw
Yes.
the pictures.
We did take a picture just for Jordan with like the open mouth, thing. So
I felt like I was looking in the mirror.
So we had Kreslin, and we had Jason, and we had Taylor, and their parents were both
super
here,
fun.
and they came all the way from Oregon. And it was super special. And so they were actually here on Tuesday and Thursday of last week. And so I got to see them twice, which was really cool.
Oh, that's
and
fun.
So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they came both days. And the first day, I brought them up to the studio. We did a little mini podcast episode that I do have permission from them.
What?
Not like on the phone. We did it on the phone.
Okay.
So
I was like,
I might make a little reel about our super awesome.
That's fun.
Because I do have full permission from their parents. And so, and they got their face on the wall. We did take a great photo. And
all the stuff. We're going to have a line out the door.
Yeah, it was so great because they did reach out. It was super special. And then I was in the Theater of Illusion on Thursday. Oh, and sweet little Taylor came running up to me out of nowhere and just gave me the biggest hug. And so, of course, then I had to meet them again and give them some autographed photos drawn by our awesome graphic artist, Alan, of Willett Coast. And so they were like the first to get the photo. And I didn't sign your name. I was going to.
I was
totally going to forge it, but I was like, no, they can come back and then they can get Jordan's
Okay.
signature next time. So
It's just more
very
rare.
special. So thank you to you guys for coming out here. I'm not kidding you. It made both me and Jordan's whole
we loved
entire
it.
month just to know that we actually have people like listening to us
Yeah.
that really enjoy us. And you guys were just a fantastic family. So I hope you had a great time at Silverwood, and we hope to see you back here really soon. So that's kind of the park pulse. And
That was more pulse than we thought.
yeah, I was thinking we didn't have a lot of pulse today, but we're
there's
pulsing.
more pulse.
We're pulsing. Okay, so let's do some mail train stuff.
Mail train.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, so if you haven't heard of the mail train, this is your opportunity to ask us some really cool questions about the park that maybe you've been just dying to know. And if you want to write us, there's a couple different ways you can do it. Podcast at silverwoodthemepark.com on email. Or you can do silverwoodthemepark.com/podcast on our website and fill out the form there. And every week we will answer questions.
That signs you up to be a loyal listener, the form on our website.
But you can ask a question on
You
there
can ask a
as
question too,
Yeah.
but...
Yeah, so, but of course you want to be a loyal listener because we might call you like we're going to do here in just a couple minutes and play a little game, give you some tickets and all that good stuff.
Yeah, maybe win some money.
So let's get into the questions though. This week we had Aspen Petrosky. She wanted to know, how do you guys come up with new podcasts every week?
And that was a question mark and an exclamation.
Yeah, that was like
she's
whoa.
super curious.
And super impressed.
Very impressed.
Very impressed. And so, because we have so much to talk about here.
There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that people just don't know exists.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, we're only 30 podcasts in.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to discover. Ask us next year because we might be
Yeah,
struggling.
right,
a little
exactly.
more.
But everything is redoable because everything changes every year.
Exactly.
And the park is different every year. And so we could probably just keep doing the same rotation.
We could do similar stuff, but we do sit down in a room and kind of just brainstorm.
Yeah.
What do we think people want to hear?
Yeah.
So if there's other things that you do want to hear,
let us know.
Let us know because we don't want this to be like what we think.
Yeah,
we want
exactly.
what you think.
Yeah, we want to give you the insight that you're looking
Yeah.
for. That's what this is all about. So if you've got great ideas on our next podcast, please let us know. But it's kind of never ending. I mean, there's so many little intricacies here at the park that we can touch on. And so more great guests to come. And we're happy to be 30 episodes in.
Yeah.
And almost heading into our 1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary is going to be huge.
That is going to be huge. And then
bigger
we get to
than
start
your 1 year
season
anniversary.
2. Hey, it is though. It is though. It really is though, because
though.
this was the baby.
Yeah,
this
for
was
sure.
what I wanted to see happen. So thank you, Aspen, for that. Let us know what you'd like to hear. We had Maya Osmond write in wanting to know, how do the actors prepare for the train show at Silverwood? So Jordan, Dynamite Dan over here, let us know, how do you prepare?
How do I prepare?
Yeah.
I don't do a ton for preparing.
You run lines.
I run. Yeah.
So
I think. I mean, it starts off. We start off in January doing a call for auditions and submissions and all that, and so and then as we go to callbacks, and then we offer contracts, and then once people sign on, we send them the script, and they're really working on these lines for a month plus to get it into their body, so it's just kind of becomes natural for them.
Yeah.
So that when they're on the train, they don't have to think as much, but. With that being said, we do a lot of rehearsals because the train is a beast of a ride for it's a long stage. It's not what people are used to. Yeah. It's very interactive in terms of close proximity.
A lot of moving parts.
A lot of moving parts. So we do take about the whole month of April to rehearse, get as much train time as possible. But I mean, for me, it is running lines. It is making sure I know what the line before is.
Making sure your gun's in your holster.
That one is a tricky one for me, it turns out. I can't figure that one out. So luckily it's kind of all part of the character.
Yeah.
You just let it go. And in the end, and what I tell all of our actors is like, it's fun. Like
Yeah,
it should
have
be
fun
fun.
with it.
And if you make a mistake, most people won't know.
No.
So just run with it.
And they're going to think it's funny anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah.
some of the best things that we've ever come up with as far as like what the lines are is because it was like an improv moment. And
Like
so
the
we just-
trampoline.
the trampoline, exactly.
That is improv.
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
So
For those who haven't seen it,
uh-huh.
be surprised with
Be
the trampoline.
surprised. Spoiler alert. But
And every
Yeah.
day they're doing vocal warm-ups and stretches and all that kind of stuff, fight calls to make sure that they're all on the same page
Yeah.
for the shows.
yeah, which is awesome. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot more than I think people even realize.
Yeah.
Plus, they're rotating teams.
Yeah, there's 3 teams and then there's a whole swing team to
Yeah.
rotate in if
Yeah.
someone ends up getting sick or has a little injury.
And they're also being engineers.
Yeah, and they're also
Yeah,
singing in
so
the
they're
park. So
singing.
they're doing a ton.
Yeah, they're out and about doing all sorts of things. So if you see them, give them a high five and tell them
Yeah,
great job
totally.
because they're putting in their time. All right, thank you, Maya, for that one. Melissa Stroh wants to know, how much money do you raise on the train for charity each year?
This is kind of a variable number.
yeah.
Because from the train specifically, we're now that we've gone cashless
Mm-hmm.
since 2020, the train donation has gone down from what it was.
Which is sad, yeah.
But we're still like within that $25,000 to $40,000
Yeah,
range for
yeah.
that. And then our owners, Gary and Jean Norton, have put in the money to get it to 100,000
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah.
Probably since the mid 2010s,
Yeah.
2015 ish. But that's such an awesome thing.
Yeah.
And so we get the opportunity to go out and present this check to Canopy Village, and it's such a
Incredibly
it's the
special
best
moment.
time of the year for us on the public relations
Yeah.
side, is
Yeah.
because we're not only doing Canopy Village donation, we're also doing the
Community
food,
weekends.
the
and-
food
yeah,
donations, food bank
yeah.
donations, and so there's a lot to be just in the spirit of giving at that time of year. So
And just running all over northern Idaho and eastern Washington and delivering these checks.
Super
and
fun.
Just it's great. So thank you to our community for coming together. That's kind of what this episode is definitely going to be about.
Totally.
So we'll get
Yep.
into that. So thanks, Melissa, for asking that. I want to call a loyal listener. Do we have a new sounder this week?
we do have a new sounder because
Oh.
obviously they've been way too easy.
I mean, yeah, we've definitely had some.
This one
some
might be a little
one and
harder,
done.
and
Okay,
you don't
and I
know.
don't know it. Once again, Jordan thinks I'm a cheater, so there's that. I'm not a cheater. You're a cheater. You're the one that.
Why am I a cheater? I didn't do
Because
anything.
You didn't actually juggle.
All right, let's generate.
We're getting into
and
tremors
you
again. Oh, you
actually
never-
you actually juggled.
I mean, my juggle, at least the balls stayed put. 3 of them.
That's not juggling.
It was
Okay,
juggling.
moving
Okay.
on. Here comes the
Anyway.
loyal listener number.
We have a winner.
All right, I'm being told number 2,118.
2,000?
We're up to actually like 2,600 right now, by the way, which is
Wow,
crazy.
that's awesome.
So, remember when you said we couldn't get to 500?
That was a while ago.
It was a while ago, but we just keep on, keep
Yeah,
on gaining those
that's
loyal
great.
listeners. So we love it. So let's give them a call. See who it is.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello.
Hey, Sabrina. This is Sarah, Jean, and Jordan from the Silverwood Show podcast here at Silverwood Theme Park. How are you?
Good. How are you?
We're so
We're good.
Hey, guess what? You're this week's loyal listener. And so we're calling you with a pair of tickets to Silverwood and a chance to win some Silverwood cash.
Ooh, that'd be perfect.
Awesome. Well, you automatically get the tickets, okay? So you're good to go with that. But we want to see if you could win some money with a little game of true or false. And then we've got a sounder for you that's worth big bucks there at the end, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Are you ready for your first statement?
Yes.
Okay. Silverwood's owner used to fly a stunt plane. Is that true or false?
True.
Atta girl.
$5.
Yes, $5 in the bank. Okay, we're moving to the second one. Silverwood is family owned and operated.
Yes.
Yes, that a girl. Okay, on to the next one. There's a trampoline at the silver mine.
False?
That's if you haven't been out to the park, that is
Yeah.
actually a true statement.
And you'll understand why once you take the train ride and
Yes.
see the robbery.
Yes.
We've got a fun little stunt.
Okay, yes, I did know that.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's still you still have
Yeah,
$10.
You still have $10, and we're not done yet. So, Silverwood celebrated its 30th birthday this year. True or false?
I'm guessing false because I thought it was more than that.
Correct.
You
Yeah.
are correct. How many years is
37?
it? 37.
37.
Yeah. We don't even know.
Yeah, I think
We're doing great.
We're
here.
questioning, but we know it's not 30.
It's like 37, something like that. Okay, so we've got $15 in the bank.
Okay, 15.
Next one. There's a hidden sandy beach on the lazy river.
True.
Yes, there is.
$20.
And it's my favorite little spot over
It
there.
is a little nook. I like it.
Yeah,
Yes.
a lot of people don't know about it. So go find that sandy beach. So, okay, we've got $20 in the bank.
Okay.
And now, what is she going to win?
So you could win an extra $50 if you guess this soundbite right. So this is either a ride in Boulder Beach or Silverwood. So I'm going to play this soundbite for you, and then after it's done, you can guess. Here it comes.
Okay.
It's quick.
I was quick.
It is quick. What do you think?
I am guessing in the Silverwood Park.
Okay, what ride?
Thunder Canyon.
That is incorrect.
Oh, he hasn't even told me, so I don't
tell
even
Sarah
know.
either.
Yeah.
But you still get your $20
Yes.
and your tickets.
Yes. And I will give you a text or a call right after the show is done and let you know how you can get those out of will call, okay?
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And thanks so much for listening.
Bye.
Bye. All right. So now that I've heard it,
Yeah. Well,
I've got some ideas. But I'm not
okay,
gonna
don't
them
say it out loud, please.
Okay. But I'm curious. That was short. You're
I know it
making
was
it
short.
tougher,
And
huh?
it's we've got like 3 in a row that
Yeah.
they got it first time, so it's like it's time to get a little harder.
Because they're our loyal listeners and they know
They
what's
are
up,
loyal,
Jordan.
yeah.
And that's how it should be. So
Okay.
one and done. So okay, perfect. So what do you say we get into the meat of things and head into our big drop?
How to have fun anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
The Big Drop.
Well, we are back with our very special guest for this week. A lot of you wondering where all of those robbery donations are going. And so we've got the perfect person here to explain just that to you. We've got the CEO of Canopy Village, formerly Children's Village, for those of you who maybe haven't switched over yet, Miss Vanessa Moos. So how are you, Vanessa?
Good. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. Let's just kick right in. Tell us a little bit about Canopy Village and maybe just kind of hint on that name change and all of that just to familiarize everybody with.
Yeah, most people in Coeur d'Alene know us as Children's Village, which is super fair. We're still Children's Village. We did change our name to Canopy Village, but for over 30 years, almost 40 this year, we have been sheltering kiddos in our community. And so decades ago, a school principal in Coeur d'Alene noticed that there were 2 kiddos who needed a safe place to stay. And from that was born Children's Village. So we have 2 4,000 square foot homes, one of which we're operating right now. And then the second is our Family Sports Center. So we are the only crisis respite and emergency shelter provider in our region. And we also have residential treatment. So longer term kiddos that live with us to help them through their long journeys that got them to us. And then we help families keep families together through Family Support Services.
And you're doing a great job of it.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And if you've never been out to Canopy Village and just seen the campus, it is unbelible how much goes on in that space.
Yes.
I mean, I know it grows every year and continues to grow from just an infrastructure standpoint. So can you talk about just like the last 5 years, like what has happened to get to where you are today?
Yeah, like Jordan said, we have 15 acres, so it's really big. Most people only see the pretty gate on Hanley Avenue with the green heart, but behind it we actually have 15 acres. So we're right near Lake City High School, right central Coeur d'Alene. Kiddos walk to and from our campus from school. But the last 5 years, everything has changed a lot in foster care. So where we were primarily foster placement for littles, there's a lot of foster homes for littles, which we're so grateful for, the service that is provided by any foster family. But what wasn't happening was the older teenagers, the kiddos who sometimes get kicked out of, on average, 7 to 8 homes before they get to us. That's where we started specializing. And so they're great. We think they're fantastic humans, but spicy days is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
And so in the last five years, we've kind of adopted more of a teen-based model. Our average age in the last year was age 14, and 14 girl, because we are only able to, until we build a boys' home, serve kiddos, boys, till the age of their 13th birthday.
Oh, okay.
A big reason is because we, over 25% of our placements are sibling groups. And so a couple weeks ago, we were able to take a group of 3 into our home, and that included teenage boys. But by keeping siblings together, we know that we can keep their family together without them going into state systems. So a lot's changed. We've started learning that even though a safe place is our homes, maybe there's more that we can do. And that's what started our family support services. So, you know, if a kiddo makes a bad decision and takes something at Maverick when they shouldn't, or maybe does something in school, they get pretty angry and they don't know how to calm themselves down, what's actually happening there? It's not usually the behavior. It's not usually the bad choice. It's usually something going on at home or something going on that's making them feel uncomfortable or unsafe. And that's what we're really leaning into as our family support services, helping families feel like they can be safe coming to our care, whether or not the kids need to come into our homes, what's going on at home, and how can we serve you? How can our community wrap around you to give you a village?
And when did that family support service, when did that start?
Yep. We opened that only about a year and a half ago. Okay. So January of 2024, that was a grant-funded building that we put right between our 2 houses. So Idaho Department of Juvenile Corrections. So our state said kiddos shouldn't go to jail when they make bad decisions like this. And so that's the goal, is to wrap around the family, get all the agencies together. Instead of telling a mom or a dad or a kiddo that they need to go call this person or this person, let's get them into our family support center and let's call with them. Let's help them through their trauma or whatever is going on, their instability, whether it's housing or, somebody lost a job or they don't know how to pay their rent. Maybe kiddo's not doing well in school, but they're not getting the support that they need. What can we do to give them that village? Hundreds of years ago, our society was built to have lots of people around, but because people move and things like that, there's not always a village. And so that's what that family support center is it's a village. It's really to wrap around the families.
And it takes a village.
It does.
So it takes a village. Talk a little bit about the system there and the volunteers and how many people it takes to kind of keep Canopy Village going.
Yeah, in the thousands. Where we are, we do have a large staff population. If you think about your kiddos and all the hours that you're at home, 24/7 is a big staffing. And so we have a lot of staff. We have almost 40 staff right now. Nice. And then we have hundreds and hundreds of volunteers. I can't keep up with our 15 acres. Trust me, you'll find me weed whacking sometimes or weed spraying, but we really appreciate having the hundreds of volunteers and big groups and banks and families that come in and help us through the year. So it's a big operation.
So if someone wanted to get involved, what would their steps be to do that?
Yeah, just our socials, just like Silverwood's awesome socials, ours is the most live way that we interact. And so looking up Canopy Village Coeur d'Alene is the start. We also have our website, which is canopyservices.org. And then all of us are accessible. We're a big agency, but you know how to find me. And so we have a good team that would really love, to interact. And we're always looking for new partnerships. We're always looking for opportunities for our residents to learn different skills, for offsite visits and, workforce training, things like that. There's lots of ways to engage with us.
What do you think the biggest thing you've learned since being like CEO of this? What is something that you've really taken away? And I mean, something that probably like breaks your heart. Like where have you grown the most?
I think this has always been important to me, but I think my job has confirmed it, is that kindness is everything. And when a kiddo is not thriving, like when a kid's having a hard time at school or a hard time at home, and then people around them are judging them, that's what breaks my heart. And so a big goal of mine personally, like my project, is that if anything, that if the village can teach empathy at a at the childhood level, that every kid knows that their neighbor at school is trying their very best and can help them through that instead of ostracizing them. And then adults, the same thing. You know, how I'm like, I have grown up already and my feelings still get hurt when people are not kind. And so I think that's been the most humbling, but it still is true that kindness will get people through their hardest day, which is why every interaction must contain some kind of empathy instead of saying that person is bad or that kid is having a bad behavior. Why aren't we asking, like, how are you feeling right now? Like, it looks like you're angry. It looks like you're having a hard time. I understand that versus saying that that's a bad kid or that's a mean parent.
100%.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned.
Is realizing that everybody's going through something.
Yes.
And you never know the depths of exactly what that is.
It will always be 100% true that you don't know what your neighbor is going through. And whether you're a kid or an adult, that should translate to, like, you have 0%. You would know nothing other than what you're seeing in front of you. And so being kind will always be the best way that you can support that person, whether you agree with them or not.
Yep. 100%. We definitely agree with that. Walk through a typical day at Canopy Village for maybe one of the kiddos that's there.
Yeah.
What does it look like?
Well, we are community based, and so that's something a lot of people don't know is that they don't do school at the village. And so, yes, we're in summertime, but I'll give you school and then I'll give you summer.
Yeah.
So school year, kiddos, that's my favorite time of day is about 7:38. When the school buses start rolling in, sometimes there's 6 to 8 of the school buses coming in. Yeah. It's fun. It's getting, you think about your household times 12 or more. It's like everybody get out the door. I don't think that kid had shoes, but I think they're in the backpack. Like a normal household of chaos ensues. And then they all go to their respective schools. So a big tenet of ours is that we keep kids as best we can in their home, whatever school they were in before they came to live with us. They'll go. And our school districts work really well with us, even all the way to Post Falls and Athol, as well as Coeur d'Alene School District. We have great partnerships. So when a kiddo is placed, we'll try really hard to keep them because that's stable. That's their friends. That's their family, even in the instability at their home. And then in the summertime, it's kind of fun. Everyone thinks that they might just be on, video games. We don't have any of that. They can earn the privilege of some video games, but there's no cell phones in our homes. And it's a very restrictive, like they get up, they do physical activity after breakfast, and then they do a formal activity. There's also therapeutic groups. So our littles, so a lot of times when you get angry, if you don't know how to cope with it, you just get mad, right?
Yeah.
But how do you calm yourself down and how do you not throw something? Like, how do you learn those skills? And so the littles, which is under the age of 10, go through ninja training. Every week.
Okay.
Sounds fun.
It is
Very
fun.
nice.
Where they learn ninja tricks. And then they put a little, when you go to the doctor's office and they put that thing on your finger to see
blood
your heart rate.
oxygen
Exactly.
thing. Yeah.
And so what they're learning is when they're really doing ninja tricks, like how high they are. And then what physically can they do to bring themselves down? And so
That's genius.
because ninjas can calm their bodies,
And we all
right?
want to be a ninja.
We all
so,
who doesn't?
Absolutely.
Right, exactly. I think most adults could use
genius.
some ninja.
Yeah, they really
training.
could.
Yeah,
Totally.
That's why we're going to start them early. But
little Silverwood offsite.
Yeah, let's do some
Ooh.
ninja training.
We do have that big lawn out there.
Yeah.
I have a
Maybe
great
some
idea.
ninja warrior training.
Ooh, that would be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got Survivor Wood.
Yeah, we
could
do. We can
turn
do that.
something into. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, so our days are kind of robust. They do lots of activities. They go out. They're on paddle boards just as much as you and I are. But they are really intentional. We're really intentional about helping them succeed when they're outside of our home. Whether they're a short-term respite or a long-term shelter, they're going to learn skills in our homes that will help them succeed. And then our hope is that we can engage their family unit in the same kind of training. Maybe not ninja. Maybe people don't need to do ninja.
I mean, or maybe they do, like you said.
But they can do breathing techniques and they can do,
Yes.
understanding how their body is working, even as adults. So,
Yeah.
Well, and then, they just came out to Silverwood.
They did,
right?
yes. Thank
So
you for
how
having
was
them.
that?
They loved it.
Yeah.
Everybody was here. They had a great day.
Good.
My understanding is there were, they just rode everything. They were there as long as they possibly could. I heard nothing but raving reviews. And this is a new crew. Our goal is not that we have the same kids living with us that we did last summer.
Right. Yeah.
And so every year by Silverwood allowing them to come out, it's giving them an opportunity that almost all of them have never had.
Wow.
So that
Yeah,
one
that's
day
awesome.
we are very grateful for that. Plus, our goal is that they succeed outside of our care. And so making safe decisions and making good decisions and keeping their body and their mind and their friends safe and making, getting through that day successfully and just enjoying their time is a huge victory for us. And we were very victorious that day.
Good.
That's
And
great.
so, yes, the kids had a great time. They were exhausted. They went right to bed after they got home. So, I appreciate that opportunity.
Of course. Yeah. And
Mission
so
accomplished.
do you have other like activities planned that are like regular throughout the summer? Kind of like that, like a getaway? Do you have to earn that? Like how does that work?
Yeah, there sometimes when a kiddo isn't making safe decisions for their body or mind, there are times when the safest thing is to stay back. And our campus, like you said, our campus is huge. We have 15 acres. We have a Leadership Coeur d'Alene bike path out there. There's so much activity. Kubota Tractor gave us a large grant. We have a huge 30-bed garden area with a greenhouse. We have a basketball court and a volleyball court. They could be better constructed. Maybe in our future state, they'll be a little fancier than the dirt they are right now. But our facility is great for them as well when they stay home.
Yeah.
But yes, outings are a huge part of our days. Mostly, I think once every other day in their schedule, last time I looked, there's something, whether it's going to like Atlas Waterfront Park, to be outside when it's hot. Everybody keeps begging me to put a pool on campus, and that's a hard no.
Oh. I was like, we'd be over there all the time.
Silverwood joining you. Yeah.
It's a hard no for insurance more than
that
anything.
makes sense.
And then my little brain, can I handle that stress?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a lot.
But they love being in the water. I mean, they swim all the time. I mean, they really are kids in our community. And just because they're living at the village does not mean they're any different. They're still having the same experiences, but our goal is really to be very intentional that they're able to keep themselves, their bodies and minds safe. And that's a journey for a lot of these kids. My kids, when I talk to them, what they have at their home, I'm not the perfect parent, but I think that we are doing our very best, but every other parent is doing their best too. We know that trauma is usually the third generation. So parents are doing the very best they know to do. It's not wrong.
Yeah.
But it's up to all of us to lean in to help them do better and learn. Like we know more in 2025, than our parents did. And then their parents didn't know what our parents did. And so we just have to keep as a community fostering even the parents' growth. But the kids are great. They're fun. They're sassy. We have a new cat at the village.
Oh, that's wonderful.
His name is Jack.
Jack.
Gus
cat.
is like, we're going to say on a field trip because there's another cat, but he's not there right now.
Okay.
And we think
he's adventuring.
We think Gus will find his way back. But Jack.
To find Jack.
Jack has a harness and Jack has a seat on the front. And then apparently the reason we needed, the kids petitioned, somewhat harassed, really, to get the cat. I'm not a cat. But Rosa is.
They're so therapeutic.
Yeah, they are therapeutic. They've made the case. And so we have cats, but we have chickens as well, who are also very therapeutic.
I
love the chickens.
Ask about the chickens. Yes.
Chickens are a very big part of our day, but that attracts mice. And so now Jack apparently is very good at eliminating the mice.
That's great.
Which is the goal.
Circle of life.
I love that so much. Keeping the mice at bay.
So with the chickens, since we're on that topic, why? Why chickens?
Yep. Well, it is therapeutic. So I think it was 2 years ago that came up that the livestock is really important. So sometimes kids don't have the opportunity to be responsible for another. We also know therapeutically that talk therapy doesn't usually work for many kids. Now think about sitting on a couch, right? Like I can do it because I'm regulated and calm in my body and I trust the two of you. But if you haven't had that in your life, that's not going to really help you. Yeah. And so tactile, right? There's,
Sensory.
the poppers and the gels and everything,
All
slimes.
the sensory toys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Animal therapy moves into that.
Yeah.
Animal therapy moves into sensory. And then it also aligns a child where a child can see that the chicken is comfortable or not, right? Which then regulates their own body. Like, how can I make the chicken comfortable? If the chicken's hot, I should give it cold water. That's attachment theory at its finest. You think about when babies are on chests, that's teaching the baby's body to calm down with the mom's body or the dad's body. And so there are kiddos who haven't had that experience, and these are the ways that we can kind of help them align. The real goal would be horses, and we
Yeah.
work with some partners in our community with horse therapy.
Yeah.
But we don't have land nor the means to have horses.
Yeah.
And so we start small, which is we started with chickens. We got about a dozen. They get their nails painted.
We paint. I love
Yes.
this. Jordan, will you please paint
Yes.
your chickens?
No, I won't.
They're very docile.
Aw.
They're very you talk to
they're
them,
such
they'll talk back.
snuggly.
They are.
Yeah.
Maleficent is the nicest
I'm
one.
going to need to come.
Maleficent
meet
is the
chickens.
nicest one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Right. What a turn of events.
What?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
In a therapeutic residential facility, Maleficent's the one that's kind.
Yeah. And that's a great teaching tool right there in itself. Yeah. So, because again, everybody's going through
Who
something.
names them?
Maybe
kids.
Maleficent.
The kids'
Oh,
name.
100%.
Do the names change, or is it like
No,
they know?
Oh.
they will because usually there's a kid that's been there. There's not usually a huge break, and so
Yeah.
one kid will make sure that the other kid's like, no, that's Maleficent. Like
That name's not
that
changing.
has a name. Like that's Maleficent. We're not changing it. The kids named the cats too. So
Okay. So
my
Jack,
hope
Jack,
was
and Gus,
my
Gus.
hope was goats, but I don't want to go to bat because like the
Mini
coding.
goats.
Right?
Fainting goats?
Wouldn't it be
Oh my
funny? I think it'd be
gosh.
the sweetest thing for the school buses to come and
Yes.
the goats meet the kids
Oh
when
my
they get off
gosh.
the boat.
Well, I have a sheep.
Oh my gosh. You
Is
need
there
a sheep.
that
I have
are
a
like
sheep.
that?
I have a sheep. Her name is Susan, and
Susan.
she is a baby doll sheep. She gets maybe 24 inches tall, and she's not as destructive as goats.
And she thinks she's a dog, right?
She thinks she's a dog. She follows Mary Had a Little Lamb is her to a T. She follows
Oh my god!
my wife everywhere.
Okay,
But
well,
she's
maybe
getting
we
better.
need sheep.
Yeah,
We
she's
do.
super cute. They just need to be sheared once a year.
The zoning in Coeur d'Alene. I have friends. Hopefully, if they're listening, they
Yeah.
might consider.
Yeah. Or
goats
anybody
or
else
sheep.
that's listening right now that might be able to help
Yeah.
Vanessa get some
Get
But
some
don't
sheep.
bring them without asking.
Yeah.
Please.
That's funny.
But yeah, baby doll sheep.
Baby
Okay.
doll sheep.
I'm gonna
And we
Google
bottle
it.
fed her. We got her at 4 days old.
Okay, that's adorable.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Jordan even let me FaceTime her once. And she came running out of her little pen and just, oh my gosh, the bat.
Okay,
Love
that's
her.
adorable.
and back to our regular scheduled
Yes.
program.
Yeah,
Yes.
Maybe sheep are
She's-
next.
Maybe
It might
is.
be.
It might be.
Yeah.
We're
And they're
actually
soft and fluffy.
sheep, or this is very
Yeah.
opposite, but bees can be very
Yeah.
therapeutic
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, because you got to be calm
Very
around
much.
them.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're very. You have to really regulate your
Yeah.
body because they feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so bees could be next, or sheep, or like a very different, or goats. I don't know.
And
You
then
know,
they can get
pigs.
the honey and things like that too.
I've always wanted a pig.
Me too.
What about dogs? What about dogs?
We're not allowed to.
Not dogs. Okay.
Well,
okay.
So Rosa, if you're listening, Rosa could technically, as our COO and our chief clinician, have
Yeah.
a therapy dog
Yeah.
that comes to work with her.
Okay.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
you know,
There you go.
right?
There's your
I have
in.
a Bernese Mountain Dog, and that's the goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is to make her into a little service animal.
There you
Perfect.
go.
But she's not. She's very not hypoallergenic.
Okay, gotcha.
That's insane.
Okay, allergies, that makes
Right.
sense.
Right.
And the cat's outdoors, so
Exactly.
okay, that makes sense.
Okay,
that makes
got
sense. Well, I love that so much. So, talk a little bit about, I mean, obviously it's things like that. Where do a lot of these donations and whatnot go to? What's next?
I mean, our goal is to really build a facility that doesn't break
Yeah.
with our kiddos. The more advanced trauma is, kids only know what they know, right?
Yeah.
And when I mean, I remember what my therapist told me years ago that was the most beneficial is like, when I told her I was really angry and I don't know what to do, and she's like, well, why don't you just scream? It's like, oh, I can't
Yeah.
scream. It's like, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just close yourself in your car and just
Yeah.
yell?
Yeah.
Don't you feel better when you do that? When kids don't have those tools, sometimes they're more physical, and our old homes are just not sustaining.
Yeah.
So we need to build a new home. We need it. When a kid is mad and makes a poor decision, our home should help them succeed
Yeah.
through that, right? But when you have a 40-year-old home, it's just not built the same way.
Yeah.
And so what's next is ideally, we're in a capital campaign to build a home that will sustain all the kids, like every kiddo,
great.
male or female, 0 to 18, whatever they need.
Yeah.
That's our goal. But for now, in our current homes, we're just kind of sustaining and keeping the need is higher than it ever has been. We are trying to meet the needs of our community,
Yeah.
but it's very, very difficult. And there's a lot of changes at the state and federal level. So you talk about donations. Our
Yeah.
donations are mostly for payroll, which is hard for
Yeah.
people to understand. But think about all those hours at your house where you're responsible for your kid.
Yeah.
When these kids don't have it, that's payroll, right? And so
Mhm.
we're just a payroll heavy, and we have to be, and that's how we do the good work.
Yeah.
And that's where, you know, a lot of the donations go, as well as, you know, when the kids ask for certain things, we have a budget for that, and outings and things like
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah,
we're
absolutely.
primarily community funded.
Yeah.
So every dollar goes right to our direct services, which is really important.
Yeah.
And then we have some contracts with other agencies, including the Department of Health and Welfare, that help us sustain that hard work that we do. But yeah, every day is hard and busy, and it costs a lot of money.
Well, and I saw too in the brochure that showed it used to be like one classroom.
Yes.
And the little graph thing that you guys put together and seeing that it used to be one and now it's what, like 45 classrooms full of kids that are needing this help, and how much that's went up over the years.
Yeah, it's
And
hard to
so-
relate because there's agencies where they have thousands of kids, and that there's a real need for that.
Yeah.
Our work is so intensive on a residential side that, you know, if a kid needs a bed, the kid needs the bed until they don't need the bed, right? And so that's one kid. It's not 1,000 kids, it's one.
Right.
And that's a very intentional pivot in their life that we provide, and we feel very honored to do that. And so, on the cover of it, it's hard to relate, you know, when you say how many kids we've served, what does that actually mean? And it does mean quite a few classrooms.
Yeah.
When you think about your kids' kindergarten or first grade or third grade classroom, now think about that times, you know, 8 to 10.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
put
kids.
it into perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even though it feels little, that's a lot of family units. That's a lot of kids that we're able to serve each year. And that's just growing.
Yeah.
And our way of growing that is by keeping them out of our beds as much as we can. We'll always have a pillow when we need to put a kiddo on, you know, in a bed. But our family support services is really where we go upstream, like what's going on in the family, how can we avoid the trauma, because it's scary. You know, our caregivers give us like these really sad stories of kiddos don't want to be there, right? Mom doesn't want to give kiddo to us. Dad doesn't want to give kiddo to us, but sometimes that's the safest thing. And but that's a trauma in itself. That's a hard kind of memory in their life. Have you seen Inside Out 2?
Yes.
The core memories, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the core memories that they're going to have. And so how can we, you know, avoid that, or how can that core memory be a little bit softer?
Yeah.
And that's really what we're doing with our Family Support Center.
Yeah, and the video that you showed. So we're going to let's move into the summer soiree a little bit, because this happened last week.
Yes.
And it's you guys' biggest event of the year. And it's an
Yes.
annual event. It was my first time getting to go. And I mean, Jordan will say it was nothing but, because I cry a lot, but definitely
true.
drew a few tears. You made me bawl my eyes out. But such a beautiful event. And the video that you showed at this, the visual, again, the visual of it, you guys did a great job of it, just showing kind of where these kids are coming from and, you know, how the mom's working really, really hard and they're doing their best. And it was absolutely phenomenal the way you guys put that together.
Thank you.
Do you have a link to that or anything
Yes.
that we can link up?
Yeah, it's going it up. I'm putting it on our website, and I have a link that I can send you that I'd love for you to share.
Yeah.
And the video is of a mom. You know, it's kind of a bigger picture now that we're trying to show, and it's that empathy conversation that we're having.
Yeah.
Is this mom is just rocking it, but they are living in a car.
Yeah.
But kiddo's fine. Kiddo is happy. Kiddo is cared for and loved. And the story that we showed was, you know, the adversity that mom is dealing with while kiddo's at school is that unseen fight that you will never know that people are going through. And that's where you lean into kindness and asking questions and seeing how you can serve your neighbor. You know, that isn't a foreign concept to any of us, but sometimes we get away from it. And the video is a great dramatization, really, because we couldn't use any of our families or kiddos. But we did that. That video was really
Phenomenal.
impactful. Thank you.
Yeah, we can put that in a link in the show notes for that.
I'd
I
love
would
that.
love to do that for sure. Now
Thank
let's
you.
talk about the soiree.
Yes.
It was successful.
Yes.
Yes.
Very grateful.
So tell us how
Yes.
things turned out.
Yes, we were very humbled. This was our biggest event ever. We had 575 people. I think we probably could have gone over 600.
Wow.
But my little soul just couldn't handle it.
And this all happens on property.
It all happens on property.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do it at an event center. We tent it. So logistically, it's, you know, the biggest party that I've ever thrown, and we're good at it.
Oh, you're
It's not
so
that.
good at
Yeah,
it.
it's such a fun event.
Yeah,
So much
appreciate
fun.
it. Yeah, we tent our village, which is where the kids all play out by the garden area and where they ride their bikes. And so we put up every tent in Coeur d'Alene, and every plate turns out there's only 600 to rent in town. And so I was like, okay, well, if we go over 600, there's no more dinner plates, and that's going to be a problem. And so,
Literally.
yeah, we have a great caterer. There's not a lot of caterers that will take this as a challenge and do it well to cater in the field, you know, where you've got zero power, you've got zero like anything, and he does it great.
Yeah. Tell us about your caterer.
Yeah, Chrissy's amazing.
Yeah.
We're with De Leon's prior Cosmic Cowboy. He's stellar. Just
I love De Leon's.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of it's up there.
Yeah, no, he's great, and he also brings his culinary students, and so it's a learning opportunity.
Cool.
And then also the Village Bakery does all of our desserts, and so Village Bakery, if you don't know it in our community, is such a pillar. Dana and her team are providing workforce training for a population that everybody, you know, may or may not have preconceived notions, are developmentally disabled and physically disabled, and they're just incredible.
Yeah.
So our kiddos actually volunteer with Dana and the team once a week, and they're learning all the skills that Dana's teaching over at the Village Bakery, but they do our desserts, and so just beautiful. It was like the best cake. It was like a key lime cake. You did miss it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry,
it was
Jordan.
so good.
We always do this right before lunch.
Dinner was delicious.
Dinner was
sure
so
was.
good.
Oh
It was like it was a braised short rib with just carrots.
Fell
and,
apart.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right.
With
You guys
mashed
can finish. I'm gonna go
potatoes.
eat
Yeah,
something.
all the things.
Yeah.
And even that salad with like the
So
the
good.
feta. Was it feta or was
Yeah.
it gorgonzola or what? Some I don't know.
Wait, you said feta?
feta?
Feta.
Whatever.
Feta.
Feta?
Feta? Feta. What is it?
I have
what is
never
it
heard
supposed to be?
feta.
Okay, I don't know how to say it,
Feta?
but it was good.
Feta?
That's all
It was
I
very
know.
good.
Yeah, it was really, really
With
good.
Wow.
berries.
With
yeah.
the fresh blueberries.
Yeah,
or
it's fun,
blackberries.
and it was like 20 degrees cooler. You missed that
Oh,
as well,
yeah.
Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
it was only like
It's perfect
77.
day.
It's perfect.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Perfect day.
Windy. But
And all sorts of great auction items. In
yeah.
fact, our producer Jay over here provided one from
Thank
Hopper
you.
Skateboards.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I know the
so-
people that bought it, and they're very excited.
Are
about
they?
it.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Awesome. Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I ended up with 2 amazing pet baskets.
Of course you
They're
did.
phenomenal. Oh my gosh. So my cat got one. My dog got one.
Yeah.
All sorts
That
of
was
great things.
Hawkins' pet.
Yeah.
Coeur d'Alene
I
was one of them.
loved it.
And then the
so
Silverwood
much.
package went
Silverwood
well.
Yes.
was crazy.
Yeah.
It was
So well.
Yes, and I believe it was PUNFCU that bought it. And
After the 2 banks were
Yes.
like going back and forth, there
Yeah.
was a little internal bidding
Little
war
competition.
going on.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was great.
yeah,
fun.
it went
was really
really,
fun
really
to
well.
watch.
Yeah,
Good.
silent auction went well, and then we
Yeah.
had champagne and baubles donated by Clark's and sponsored by Tapley Cabinets. Clark's gave us a $6,000 diamond band. That was like, oh my gosh, it was
Yeah.
so pretty. That raised $10,000, and then we have our raffle still going, and it's through our website too till July 31st. There's an ATV in that raffle
Fun.
that you can win
Ooh.
for $25. So it was,
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Go ahead and drop your
great.
website again so
Yeah.
people can go on there and bid.
Canopyservices.org.
Nice. Yeah.
That's cool.
So
Yeah,
go
we're
donate.
honored. That event is a labor of love.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to do it.
Do you want to give us the total, the grand total?
It's and still counting.
And still
I'm humbled
counting.
to say $425,000
That's
was
awesome.
raised.
Yeah.
Yeah, it deserves that.
Which
So-
every dollar counts,
Yeah.
and we are
Yeah.
like super humbled by the generosity of our donors, but not at the high level only.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of $50 and $100 donations by people like me.
Yeah.
You know that can't give. It's not the 10,000. I mean, we are very grateful, but
course.
cumulatively, like it felt
when
like
it
this
comes
huge
together.
vote of confidence, and it was on such a hard day. You know, our little Coeur d'Alene has had such a
Yeah.
hard few weeks,
Yeah.
and so. Some people were just coming from the funeral of our battalion chief, John Morrison, and then the next day was battalion chief Frank Harwood, and we're just so deeply grateful for their sacrifice. And I know their families are having a really hard time, and we hope that that Engineer Tisdale is strong soon.
Yeah.
But I think our event, I appreciate you bringing it up and joining, but
Yeah.
I guess everybody just said they needed a hug.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
in such a hard time in our amazing little lake town. And that's what it felt like, is everybody was there just, and I so appreciate their giving to the village, and I so appreciate that they're community minded, whether it's the village or the next, that we're focusing on our town.
And just seeing the community come together
Yes.
in that way.
Yeah.
And that's definitely where you drew the most tears from me in your speech, because it was. You get to see everybody come together like that, and you realize the power of this little place that we live, and it's incredible.
And
so.
you talk about it takes a village.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just your internal village.
Nope.
There's so much more on top of that. And so it's awesome to see that come together. And I mean, even extending it to the people who don't even really know they're doing a part, like
Yep.
the people riding this train out
Yeah.
here.
Yes.
There you go.
You know, they have no idea. for the most part, they really don't know what this month. They know there's a speech that happens, that it's going to Canopy Village, but like, what is that? And so it's pretty cool to see people from Seattle, Portland, all these places that are helping this cause. And hopefully they listen to this and they may have a little more understanding of what's going on with that.
So our robbers aren't as bad as you actually think they are.
All the money that I rob goes to Dynamite Dan's college fund, but everything else goes to Canopy Village.
And then we also have a generous donation from our owners that at the end of the season as well that matches that and beyond. And so, it's something that's very, very close to Gary and Jeannie's heart and in turn very, very close to ours as well.
And it means so much to us because, there's so many amazing nonprofits. And quite frankly, we are nothing without all of them. But to have the avenue of Silverwood, to the platform, right, of everybody coming in town, because Silverwood is a destination now, it always has been our little hometown amusement park, but there's so many people coming and the opportunity for them to learn about Canopy Village and learn where their dollar is going locally is so important, and we're very grateful for that. But the village, I love getting text messages from my friends from our elementary school or my kids' friends, saying like, oh my gosh, I just rode the train. I gave my $10 for my allowance.
That's super fun.
We really appreciate it. Yeah,
and you do see that so much.
Yeah.
And that's what I love too, is watching the kids really get involved in this and feel so good after they do it. And so,
and every time you bring your kids, I mean, they're always kind of eager to do that too.
Yeah, they're so proud, which I love. I think philanthropy starts at home, and that doesn't mean, in the millions of dollars, and it doesn't mean to be public, it can be a lemonade stand. It can be just 20 cents of your dollar of allowance going towards somebody or some cause that is important to you. And we're just grateful that the village is important to Silverwood and the Nortons, because we're deeply, deeply grateful, and I love hearing about it. And I love seeing the donation boxes. I get text messages still. People love it. But again, it's that, we're a little baby. We look big because I'm pretty good at Canva, and my team, we're good at, Claire.
I do love me some Canva. Jordan knows that.
Claire, our development manager, and Paul, our director of development. Like, we're good. We're thrifty. We're scrappy, but we're not a big guy. And so having the opportunity to have Silverwood kind of have our logo out there and talk about what we do, not just ask for money, is so valuable to us. And so, and I love that kids can be part of it. They can buy their coins and
do all the things.
Well, it's funny because I think we put out surveys and we ask people, and I look at the entertainment specifically. And not every time, but a lot of the times there's people like, I think it's so tacky that you guys ask for money on the train. I'm like, this is why they don't. It's not going to Silverwood. It's not going to us. Trust us. It is going to a great cause, and this is kind of what we talk about.
And even we had a comment on that post, and somebody said,
they fight for it.
They should match it. And we do that too.
Yeah.
So
and more.
So before people are so quick again to jump to these conclusions and think the worst, and I know that in this world we live in, sometimes that's how it goes, but maybe stop and look at it and realize, like, not everything's bad. Not everything's bad.
And everybody should ask questions, right? You should ask questions about donations. You should ask. You should learn. You should research. You should see where that dollar goes. When somebody blindly asks you to raise, to roll up your donation or, do you want to put another 8 cents? Well, ask the question, where is it going? And invest in your community.
Yes.
There's such a beauty in knowing that as you raise your kiddos or you visit Coeur d'Alene, that you're investing in this town because you think it's fantastic. And this is nonprofits like us, not just us, are how we make it and keep it that way. So it's okay to have a question, but lean into empathy and research it for yourself before, you're
making assumptions.
And show your kids, right? Show your kids that you don't need to just type the mean things. Show your kids how to research through that question you have, and then how to ask the questions of the people who can answer it, instead of just saying something that maybe will hurt someone in the meantime.
Exactly.
Totally.
And potentially stop other people from giving.
Yes.
And that was my biggest thing, is we don't want that on there. We want people to understand that this is for such a great cause, and that negativity isn't gonna help things. So again, be kind. I mean, that's really the moral
Kindness always
of
wins.
the story. But speaking of kindness, do I hear something?
Yes, we do. I feel like this is how you always transition into it. Do I hear something?
It's the ice cream truck. So this is our inside scoop, Vanessa. And this is where we ask our guests for their super secret insider tip that will help people enjoy their day at the park. And I do think you've got one particular thing that you'd like to talk about as we're kind of easing into it anyway. So tell us your tip.
My tip is that you can buy coins. You don't have to have cash if you don't want to, or bring cash, because we are cashless at Silverwood.
Yeah.
But you can buy coins at the general store over by the train, and they're $1 per coin, and you can donate that when you're robbed.
Yes.
If you choose to.
Yes.
And
even if you don't donate it,
Yes.
your money to buy those coins goes to
Exactly.
Canopy Village.
Yes.
So it could be a little souvenir.
Little keepsake.
I think
They're
I
cute
told,
little wooden things.
Yeah, I think I told Jordan the first year we made the mistake of not telling my kids that we could keep it. And so we donated it, and then our little guy was very upset, and so we definitely bought more.
Okay.
Just
Bummer.
to take some.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like,
Because they are very cool.
They're like
things.
little wooden nickels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
turns
cool
out.
designed.
Little buffalo on
Buy
them.
two, donate one, take one.
There you
is
go.
My
Good
method.
tip.
My
That is
tip.
a great tip.
That's the fantastic tip right there. She knows what she's
It's a
talking
cheap
about.
souvenir,
so-
but it goes to a good cause.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
it's not cheap to them.
No, exactly.
Very
Well,
happy
true.
about it.
Exactly.
100%.
Yes. So when
Yes.
you go in right there at the general store, you'll see it
Yes.
right there at the counter. And
Yeah.
it's a great purchase. It's a great purchase. So yeah, and I think that
that
kind of
covers it, yeah.
that wraps things up. So we hope that we'll see you guys out at Silverwood. We hope that we'll see you checking out their website, buying some of those raffle tickets. When's the closing date on that?
July 31st.
July 31st. So you still got some time. And in the meantime, Vanessa, thank you so
thank
much
you.
Thank you,
for
Bert.
joining us and,
And
for
for all you do.
everything you
Yes.
do
Thank
for
you.
this community and just in general.
We
So
appreciate
you're,
the
you're a true
partnership.
gem. You're
Thank
a true
you.
gem. So, all right, until next time. And if you'd like to be a loyal listener or to submit a question, make sure to head to our website at silverwoodthemepark.com/podcast. And that's a wrap on this week's ride. Thanks for tuning in to the Silverwood Show. If you had a blast, make sure to subscribe, leave us a review, and share the fun with your fellow thrill seekers. Got a question, story, or suggestion? Send it our way to podcast@silverwoodthemepark.com for a chance to be featured in our Mail Train segment. Until next time, keep your hands and feet inside the podcast and stay thrilling.
Let's go again! Silverwood, come join